Fantastic, though chilly Saturday afternoon, we're talking Matter Sports. This is the touchline on Y25. My name is Maxwell Wasike. Time for the fan favorite segment, the Fanzone, where we're talking about international football with focus on what's coming up next tomorrow. Breathtaking showdown of the week, of course, to Curtain Raise English Premier League, which is just kicking off in a week's time, and that mouth-watering clash pits Manchester City, the English moneybags, against Chelsea Football Club, and of course Maurizio Sarri, a man who just make a move from Napoli to replace Antonio Conte as the tactician for Chelsea Football Club, will be at the helm for the first time to lock horns against Pep Guardiola, a man who's been a huge admirer of Sarri, aka the cigarette smoking man on the touchline. But he was warned by the Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich to stop his behavior. Will he do it? 2216 to starting with the word touch. Talk to us, of course, gentlemen, and a beautiful lady already on the set. Ronnie Aloyo, a man who's been super proper busy for quite a while in the past, not making it to the show, but this time round he's done it. How are you, Ronnie?
Good, good. What a super introduction to the community shield.
And Nyambura Muridi, an Arsenal supporter, quite passionate, enthusiastic about football. She's the Alex Scott in the making in terms of matters panditry of football. Nyambu, how are you?
Fine, fine. I'm so very happy to be here. And the way Ronnie said, we're just waiting for that clash on Sunday.
And Joe Saina, he's also been super busy traversing several parts of the country. I run on with mission, probably promoting domestic tourism. Now that, you know, advisories over, say, insecurity statements, locking out the foreign tourists. Ron, Joe, how are you?
I'm good.
Where have you been, man?
Well, like you said, I've been transversing, spreading the good word called Manchester United.
Oh, you are a fan of Manchester United, but your coach, Jose Mourinho, is complaining that no money to buy players.
No.
Is he being a crybaby?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He has a very decent squad. Any manager in the Premier League will want to have that squad. Unfortunately, Mourinho is always controversial, and it's just a matter. It's a season starting. He was always like this. We'll wait for October. He'll calm down in October.
Sure. Yeah. And Robert Osoro is still on the set. He's saying that he's juggling between Y25 and our mother station KBC, trying to ensure that the production is super as far as the broadcast of Senior Athletics Championship happening in Asaba. Of course, that will be displayed live on KBC Channel 1. As from 4:30, right?
Yes.
What's lined up?
Yeah, many things are lined up in the evening session. We'll be having the men's hammer throw finals at 4:30 p.m. is what that will be starting off. But you'll be keeping your eye on at 7:30 p.m. We'll be having the 10,000 meters final that is going to be finishers up the day. But we'll also be having the javelin final for the women's at 7:05 p.m. So be tuned to that. Don't forget the men's 1,500 meters hits at 6:20 p.m. where we have George and Elijah Manangoi making it to the hits. Can they make it to the semis and also go all the way to the finals? But many happening at the 400 meters hurdles hits will be happening, and also we'll be having the women's 800 meters hits at 5:15 p.m. that will be coming away. So from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30, join KBC Channel 1 for the live broadcast of the Senior Athletics Championships happening in Asaba, Nigeria. It is the 21st edition of this Athletics Championships. We already have 3 gold medals in the bag. Helen Obiri winning the 5,000 meters final. We also had Winnie Chebet winning the 1,500 meters final, and also Conceslas Kipruto winning the 3,000 steeplechase final.
Wow. Excellent show lined up as far as KBC Channel 1 transmitting the Athletics Senior Championship happening in Asaba. Controversial, confusion galore, complicated it has been, but of course Kenya doing what they know doing better. Sparkling performance, having bagged 3 medals so far. But right about now, we delve straight into the Community Shield. Ronnie, tomorrow are we looking forward to a situation where we're going to see Riyad Mahrez? He just moved to Manchester City from Leicester against Jorginho, also moving from Napoli alongside his coach Sarri to Chelsea Football Club. What an epic showdown.
Well, as you rightly put it, it's a big contest, but sadly, we are not going to see some players take part in it, but that doesn't take away the flavor from the contest. It's going to be a contest worth the fight. If you look at both sides right from the touchlines, very experienced coaches on the touchline, Sarri on the other side, Pep Guardiola on the other side. The players on the pitch very, very experienced, so it's going to be a cracking encounter. The first one for Sarri in the Premier League, and Pep Guardiola says he's looking up to this contest to see what happens, to what he can learn from Sarri. But to put it in simple words, it's going to be a big contest for both sides.
It looks to be a baptism by fire, Joe, because you're coming into the English Premier League and the first man you're meeting is a whole dominance Pep Guardiola for Maurizio Sarri.
It is baptism by fire, but one thing about Sarri that we know is that he's a veteran coach. He's been there before in the docks with Napoli. Yes, he doesn't have the glamorous collection of trophies as compared to his predecessor, Antonio Conte. But it's going to be a good clash. Unfortunately, it's going to be counter-attack versus more of a defensive mentality from Chelsea. But that will give us the option of seeing what Man City can come up with. Jesus is back, De Bruyne is back, Sane is back, Aguero is back, you know, Silva is still there. So we're going to have a very mouth-watering contest. For Chelsea, their midfield will be key. The likes of Ruben and Loftus-Cheek, Bakayoko, those will be the key, guys.
Yeah. And David Luiz is also back. Nyambura, Maurizio Sarri is in Chelsea at the moment and is going to meet. Are the players a bit of shaken up because now Antonio Conte is gone? He was a bit shouting and everything. Maurizio Sarri, do you look at him with his success at Napoli? No trophy yet, but does he look like a man who can give Abramovich success?
Like right now, it would be hard to say, as especially it's baptism by fire, as you all said, because he's meeting a good side of the team. So right now, what I can say, we can only measure him in this game, but it's kind of hard for him because right now, in a striker in the form of Morata, I'd really not give Chelsea a forehand in this game, but I'll give Manchester City. But let's wait and see. This is first game in the Premier League, so let's just give him time. He has to really learn about Premier League, the fast pace in the Premier League. So it's really the first game. Let us just give him this chance and see what he can do.
Ronnie, you look at Sarri at Napoli. He never had the money and the kind of players that Chelsea has. You know, he was a tactical aware. He was playing good football. He was a very good coach. Even Pep Guardiola said that he is a good manager and all that. If he can bring that tactical smartness to Chelsea with the kind of players now that they have at Chelsea, will it be a wonder to watch the way Pep showed us a dream to watch in the last season?
Well, just on paper, Sarri is a great coach. He almost, in as much as we've repeatedly said that he did not win any titles. The thing is, he almost snatched the title from Juve with Napoli, and his work really is there to be seen. So he's a great manager by all standards, in my opinion, and he's one of the more respected coaches coming into the Premier League. However, if you look at that Chelsea team, as my fellow panelists have said, I think there's still some proper weak links in that, some thorough weak links in the team. For instance, up front, having sold Diego Costa about 2 seasons ago, then they're really lacking in a proper target man. Morata isn't that kind of man. If you watched Arsenal versus Chelsea, the 6-5 Arsenal win on penalties a few days back, Chelsea was still very, very blunt up front. They were still terrible. So for me, there's still so much to do. They're more likely going to lose Thibaut Courtois to Real Madrid. I think it's almost 90% done. And that again is going to hurt them quite a bit. Again, and Eden Hazard might be on his way. Although
Willian also, you know.
Because Real Madrid have
How comes Chelsea is being rated?
Pounds.
Is it because they have quality and their players are all the Spanish league football wants to spice up, especially after Ronaldo left for Juventus?
Well, they certainly need to. The players in that team are quite talented. Pedro, Willian, Hazard, all of them are quite talented. But again, having spoken of the target man, there are reports that Robert Lewandowski could be going to Chelsea. That's still a rumor, but it could happen.
But of course, as we speak about the attacking department of Chelsea, which looks blunt in Alvaro Morata, the Spanish international, who missed, by the way, being selected for national assignment at the World Cup in Russia. Can we now allow, as Chelsea Football Club lovers will say outside there, is Mauricio Sarri now supposed to be tasked with the responsibility of having confidence in Michy Batshuayi, who we can say he sparkled for Belgium at the World Cup. He scored a goal, though he was being used several times as a substitute. Can he come on board and replace Alvaro Morata, who's been blunt of late?
I think one thing with Mauricio Sarri is he's not mesmerized with money. He's not taken out that Chelsea has money and all that. When you look at his case with Napoli, he used the players he had at Napoli with a few strengths to make Napoli what it is today. Him coming to Chelsea, he has said, I can have the chance to keep all the players I have. Every manager will want that. But if someone is going to leave, with the charisma and the character of Mauricio Sarri, he can leave that player to go and still mold another player to take over and play his system of play and win football matches.
Of course, reports being linked to various Chelsea Football Club players, you know, leaving, mass exodus reported at Stamford Bridge, but yet to be executed. As we speak right now, we can't say that Eden Hazard, Willian, Thibaut Courtois are not Chelsea players. Of course they are. But now there has been this argument. It's something that has been argued even in other platforms where I belong. Eden Hazard, Riyad Mahrez. Joe, what do you make of Mahrez's move to Manchester City? Will he get regular playing time? Will he get first time football, or he will be coming in as a substitute? And which impact is he bringing at City?
I think he'll be an impactful substitute. If you look at the squad right now, if we mention from Gabriel Jesus, we go to Sergio Aguero, we go to Kevin De Bruyne, we go to Sane, we go to Silva. You're looking at all these attacking players. Mahrez is a good player, don't get me wrong. He's won the Premier League before with Leicester City. And you remember at Leicester City, he was like a shark in a small bubble. You understand? But here you're coming in as a goldfish in a big pod. No, a goldfish in a big pod, because other sharks have already made it there. You understand? So the problem is going to be, how is he going to be slotted in? Yes, you'll play a few friendlies here and there, a few warms, but the key crucial games, the games against Manchester United, the games against the Chelseas, the games against the Barcelonas of this world. Do you think honestly that he's going to he's going to start the game and leave the likes of De Bruyne, Sane out? I don't think so. For Hazard on the other side, going to Real Madrid can be two ways. You can have the impact that you had, a short-lived impact that you had in the Belgium squad as the World Cup, yeah? You come with a big name, but the Spanish game is a bit different from the Chelsea game that you're used to under Conte. Not under Sarri, obviously, but under Conte. So I think it will be good for him if he goes, yes, makes that impact, then he has to understand that he can be another Gareth Bale. Big impact, big name, then he'll be substituted.
Nyambu, from where I sit and understand, having watched English Premier League football, and Eden Hazard, the Belgian international, we can unanimously, I think, agree is one of the top 10 best players global, and he's been a paramount factor and a pillar of midfield of Chelsea Football Club. But what can you comment on the reactions and even on the versions being interpreted by people outside there, saying that, you know, Eden Hazard is an overrated kind of player, and, you know, he scores like 10 goals overall per season, and his impact is not that significant at Chelsea Football Club? Why should Sarri insist on having him at Stamford Bridge next season?
First things first, I don't agree with people who say that Hazard is underrated. Is overrated, because I believe it's not a must to score. Yes, a footballer or just any other player, you have to score so that you can be seen you're doing something. But he's been creative. He has that speed. He has created chances for the Chelsea team. So I don't think he's overrated. I like the way he plays going forward, like creating chances for the team and even scoring.
You like the way he plays the same way you like Sergio Ramos?
They play in two different positions.
But you like Sergio Ramos, right?
I like Sergio Ramos, but
you've never
He's
disclosed
not
why
coming to
though.
Arsenal, sorry.
why are you all attacking me because of Sergio Ramos? I like the way he's playing. I don't love him as a person.
Oh, that's
just
good
as a
news.
footballer.
That's good news to the outsiders who are watching.
Ronnie, you have an itching point.
I do, especially on first Riyad Mahrez.
Yes, Riyad
For
Mahrez.
me, Mahrez, I think it's going be difficult for him to break into that team for two reasons. Because if he's going to play wide, then he has to unseat two people, either Leroy Sané or Raheem Sterling. And both of them, I think they are darlings to Pep Guardiola. I doubt he's going to unseat any of them. Not just darlings, but they've also performed last season quite efficiently.
I think Pep Guardiola was looking for plan B, because you look at Pep Guardiola's games, he plays one style of football, one playmaker. You have got David Silva, you have got Raheem Sterling, you have got people running all over trying to get the goals. But when a team locks him down, he doesn't have a second option. You'll see him getting frustrated. You don't see Barcelona, Man City having a different kind of play that can get him goals. For Riyad Mahrez, that's my thinking though. He can come in as a second option for Pep Guardiola. If you are concentrating on David Silva, bring in Riyad Mahrez. We can try to concentrate on that one. If you're Leroy Sané and he's not breaking into a forward line, try to get him out and bring in Riyad Mahrez. And I think it will be good for him.
And it is something probably you, Osoro Robert and Joe Saina, diehard Man United fans, ought to have convinced Jose Mourinho to sign Riyad Mahrez, a man who would play a second fiddle role at City. But when he came at United, he would have been guaranteed of a first spot. Aren't we lying?
I don't think so. He's won the league, yes, but Pep Guardiola goes to a ball-playing player. And Riyad Mahrez is a kind of player Pep Guardiola will go for. He can hold the ball, he can dictate play, he can dictate tempo and win matches for him. Jose Mourinho doesn't like that kind of player.
No.
He likes a player who is physically good, who can run full strength, who can defend full strength and play the ball full strength. But for Riyad Mahrez to Jose Mourinho, he cannot do that.
Let's talk about the absentees in this particular game, players who featured prominently for their national teams. Raheem Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne are missing this tie. Big blow for City. Joe?
Yeah, it will be. Again, the Mahrez factor comes in because maybe he can come to one of the wings. But it will be a big blow, especially for Kevin De Bruyne with his goal creation. And I think that's where now Hazard will flourish under Chelsea because of the goal creation. That's his importance in that team. Don't take away his flairness, don't take away anything else. But the core importance of Hazard is those dinks that he can give Morata or Giroud. As for Manchester City, again, we still have Sergio Aguero. Up front, we have Gabriel Jesus. The only now trying period right now is that the chances created, that De Bruyne is not there to create them. So it falls back to Silva. That Raheem is not there to make those early crosses or those cuttings that now falls back to Riyad Mahrez. So it will be a balance.
Also there.
Sorry?
Leroy Sané.
Oh, and Sané is also there.
In that squad. So them missing those two will not be a very key impact.
So technically and tactically, Ronnie, both managers, what should they apply to win tomorrow and boost their chances of now a stellar EPL that is coming up next?
Well, I think as it's been said, it's going to be attack versus a team that sits back more. That's Chelsea and Sarri's tactics. So I expect Man City to come out flying again. Without Sterling and De Bruyne, I doubt it's a big blow for them really. And it doesn't really alter the formation much.
Yeah, you've got to enjoy it because it's going to be a game of systems. Maurizio Sarri comes with a very good system. Pep Guardiola likes his 1 meter pass, long pass to this. So it is going to be a very good, crucial game for systems because Maurizio Sarri is tactical. Pep Guardiola is tactical. The one who wins that is going to win this match.
You must be an admirer of Maurizio Sarri. But we've seen Sarri before at Napoli and even after joining a Chelsea Football Club. The Roman Abramovich of this world, the Russian tycoon, who is the owner of the club, a main shareholder, saying that now Sarri needs to appear decent on the touchline, stop his antics of, smoking some, substances that might affect the performance of the team. Do you think that will go a long way in helping, or he ought to have, left Sarri to stick to his past behavioral incidents?
Now for Roman Abramovich, we all know that he fires and has any time. So I wouldn't say that he should just leave his touchline behaviors, because maybe that's what pushes him to motivate his players. So I don't think that will affect the performance of the team. in any case it motivates them.
I can't agree, Mark, because Sarri is a good coach. Anything he does outside, I doubt it's affected him before. The man we should all be worried about is Mourinho, because he's already setting the tone for what the season will be like.
Yes.
He's already complaining about what he has and what he doesn't. So I think that's the man we should be more worried about.
Mourinho is just controversial. He wants to intimidate these new coaches. You see the way he got into Arsene Wenger. So
Not really. I think, in my honest opinion, Mourinho is just trying to set the pace for the blames he's going to put on everyone once the season
So
starts.
they are predetermined outcomes. What he's talking about, lack of finances to buy quality players. He's looking forward to an awful season. So he wants his performance to be justified with what he says now.
Exactly, because again, if you look at how United has transacted this transfer window that's just 5 days away to closure, they haven't signed any quality players per se. They've just signed. Well, they haven't signed any big names compared to the other clubs. And again, there's possibility they are going to lose Paul Pogba, who's held talks with Barcelona. So should they lose Pogba, then it's going to be a big blow.
I think what we can attribute to this is, again, as a Manchester United supporter, I was not very comfortable with the signing of the agreement of Mourinho to be the coach.
Yes.
And this, I'll take you back a bit of history. Yeah? After he won the Champions League with Porto, he got a new challenge in Chelsea, whereby there was money, there was physical players. At that time, the Premier League was not as fast as it is right now. So he could bully his way through the big names, the likes of Drogba, Malouda,
Solomon Kalou.
You remember Ian Robben when he was still there? Then he went with the same mentality to Inter Milan. Inter Milan, he met the likes of Diego Milito, Rodrigo Palacio, Cambiaso.
Walter Samuel.
Exactly. Physical players who can take into this game. He went with the same formation, 4-2-3-1, with one striker up top. From there, he went to Real Madrid. He found a completely different system. They're not physically strong, only Sergio Ramos only.
Yes.
Look at the rest. And Pepe. Then. At that time, yes. So the rest were quite quick. The likes of Ronaldo, it was only Benzema who was a physical up front. So what did he do again? He put Benzema alone up front. That failed miserably. Did he not have money at Real Madrid? He had all the money he could get. After that, he came to Manchester United. He bought Lukaku.
I think
Big
for
man.
the first time, there hasn't been any season in history when Arsenal fans walk into the season more confident about beating United.
that this coming season.
This season. Because if you look at Arsenal this season,
Mm.
Man City, Chelsea, I'm even ashamed to say that maybe Everton could
Finish ahead of
Manchester
United.
United.
Let me tell you one thing people forget about Mourinho. Mourinho knows to play the shenanigans of his team. You will not concentrate on his team, you will concentrate on what is around or outside the team. But you'll protect his unit. Come the day of the match is when you will see his game. He is a serious chessman. I'll keep my queen. I'll protect my king.
His
But
king
the
is
moment
Lukaku.
the game
After
is
that-
open, he knows what to do. The problem I have is, Mourinho now, when he came into football, he was taking out the senior managers who were in the game. He came head on with Arsene Wenger, head on with Alex Ferguson,
Yes.
now Sam Allardyce. Now these managers are leaving the game and Mourinho is up there. But now the younger managers are coming up for him now. The likes of Marco Silva will play a very good game against Jose Mourinho because he has studied it, he knows it. Emery now knows Mourinho's system of play. Now, that is, I think, Mourinho's headache. Because these young managers have got now good tactics to go against Jose Mourinho.
Of course, before we get into season transfers, let's just get a little bit into what is expected in tomorrow's Community Shield. Chelsea against Manchester City, and head-to-head in terms of Premier League wins, Chelsea has 24, City has got 11. Premier League clean sheets, Chelsea Football Club has 19, and Manchester City has got 10. Chelsea is dominating in almost every aspect.
But you have to remember that.
Premier League goals scored, Chelsea has scored 63 against 37 for City. Then Community Shield appearances, Chelsea has got 12, City has got 10. Community Shield win rate, at least Manchester City now overcomes Chelsea 40 against Chelsea's 33.
But you have
And of
also
course,
to remember with that statistic, most of these statistics is before Man City had the billions coming in from the Arabians.
They are 44-year wait for their first trophy.
So, and you know, Chelsea, at least since,
You have
since,
to
since
forgive
the
them
late
for that
90s,
one.
with Kina Di Matteo, they have been dominant. So
Yeah.
it will be a bit unfair to reflect on it like that. But that being said,
and something captivating about this picture, my director
uh-huh.
decided to use Loftus-Cheek. Is he now the main man at Chelsea?
I believe in the midfield, he should be considered. I'm not still saying he's the main man. We still have Kante, we still have Bakayoko. But as in, from an attacking perspective, because you remember in the World Cup, he was being substituted as an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
He was coming in either for Lingard or for Dele Alli when Dele Alli was not well. So from an attacking perspective, yes. But still, you have to really antagonize the likes of Bakayoko and Kante to get into that.
Is he
midfield.
guaranteed of first team football at Chelsea?
Well, no, he isn't, but he could play in the Community Shield because he featured 4 times for England at the World Cup, and he's been very promising, one of the more promising youngsters in football world currently. So he could start on Sunday, but being a starter at Chelsea, I doubt.
You'll figure out that
there is a young man who impressed during Chelsea against Arsenal. You beat them though, but Hudson Odoi, the 17-year-old, was mercurial. What can you comment about his abilities heading into this game? Are we looking forward to a situation where Sarri might risk and start him up front or on the flanks?
Yes, definitely. We also what he did to Bellerin, a very experienced
Defender.
Premier League defender. So we can really look up to him. He's very young, so he has a long way to go. And with regular starts, he's going to be very impressive. I have faith in him.
As the die-hard fan of 3 Lions, it's coming home. I know you are happy at least somebody
The players are coming home.
the players are coming up, and 2022 in Qatar, you guaranteed of having someone who would probably partner Harry Kane up front. You watched him.
Yeah, I watched him. He's a decent player. Again, let's give him more games. Let's give him more competitive games. You know, there's the likes of the Carabao Cup. There's the likes of the FA Cup. Let's see how he can perform in those ones, and then now we can have a better judgment after one season. Again, let's not have a Sadio Barahino one-hit wonder. Yeah.
And of course, talking about Sadio Barahina, a lot of English players have showed, promise, being tipped by the pundits to show, class in the near future. But where they disappear to, in between, only God knows. Sean Wright Phillips, Holion Lescott, Adam Johnson at Manchester City.
Adam Johnson
He's
is
still
in
arrested,
jail,
yeah?
man.
He's still in jail. He could have had a good transfer. I think he's been transferred from one cell to another. That's a story for another day.
You never miss sort of humor and a little bit of tickling characters when you're staying tuned to the touchline on Y25. Every Saturday, 1 to 3, my name is Maxwell Wasika alongside Robert Osoro. We're talking matters international football with focus on previewing Community Shield football happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. East African time, pitting Chelsea, the Blues, against Manchester City, the English Moneybags. Which way will it go? 2216 to starting with the word touch. Talk to us and give your predictions. And as well, you can join our social media handles at Wasike Maxwell, at Osoro Bats, at Y254 channel, hashtag touchline Y254. But now, away from that, we're going to discuss about something you guys are mesmerized with, and that is transfer. Gonzalo Higuain has left Juventus to join AC Milan. Some sort of an under move.
Well, not an under move. Juventus they always do their transfers in a very smart way. If you look at the players that go out and the players that come in, it's a very smart transfer business they do. I think one of the smartest in the football world. So for them, Bonucci coming back to that back line, in as much as he's taken a pay cut of about 2.2 million pounds, I think Bonucci is a good returnee to the team, a very solid defender. I doubt at AC Milan he was that promising. So Higuain on the other side and Ronaldo now into the Juventus team. I think that's smart business. Juventus is going to be quite a team to watch in Europe, not just in the Italian Serie A.
Man, you look at their squad and so the forward line, you've got Guardado, you've got Douglas Costa, you've got now Cristiano Ronaldo.
And Paulo Dybala.
Dybala, yeah, that's a serious squad. Now you've got Bonucci coming into the back line.
BBC?
Yeah,
Is BBC at the back now?
A serious team
The
there.
back.
Yeah, so don't take anything away from Juventus. They might actually win the Scudetto.
Of course, they have won the Scudetto several times, maybe Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fierce contest in the Champions League now, because now Cristiano, a man who has a ruthless ambition to win,
Yes.
then plus all this experience. This morning I was just dreaming and hoping that the defender Gigi Buffon, the goalkeeper Gigi
Will not
Buffon,
have left.
will not have left.
Yes.
It would have been such an awesome team.
Yeah.
It would have been an awesome team.
But Bonucci has been accused of leaving the ship hanging. So I think moving to Juve is kind of smart move for him also, because he's been accused of not having leadership roles in AC Milan. So I think he can perform better when he has stars around him, like in Juve, but not really in AC Milan.
So he can't be a standout performer on his own.
But
Yes,
but I think
yes, he's a
Gattuso-
quality defender.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But in AC Milan, it's like he just went out of AC Milan because it was not working for him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another signing is Arturo Vidal joining Barcelona from Bayern Munich. A move that has been criticized with some pundits thinking that, the game Vidal, the Chilean international, plays is not associated with Barcelona because Barcelona is fanfare, classy football, no much tackling, no much physicality. Do you think he will learn with time?
Yeah, I think the same argument.
The same way Javier Mascherano did.
Yes, that is the point I was bringing. The same argument was brought up when Mascherano moved from Liverpool to Barcelona, that he wouldn't have that flair. But he went there and held that defensive midfield, and at some point even came and also played the central back. What Barcelona have done this season is quite brilliant. Again, I'm not taking it away from what Juventus have done. These guys are the kings right now of stealing transfers. Malcolm, and then now
Paulinho
Vidal.
left though.
Okay, Paulinho left though, but you see, Vidal could have gone to Inter Milan. Malcolm was supposed to go to Roma. Yeah. We see those last-minute deadline talks are really working very well. Juventus are the best people when it comes to free transfers. You're putting your player out of contract. Juventus is looking at Sami Khedira. This guy is good. Bring him in. He's looking at Bonucci. Bring him in. You're looking at these free transfers, but what the coaching system at Juventus is doing is brilliant. And I believe the same thing would happen in Barcelona. Vidal is going to be comfortable in Barcelona, don't get me wrong. A few games running, he's going to be fine.
It's been said that he's the wrong man to play in the Barcelona team.
Yes.
But again, many have said that, as it's been said here, that he's a replacement for Paulinho. We cannot take it away from Vidal. He's an excellent player and knows the game, knows how to his way around, so an excellent player by all standards. And again, the Barcelona coach has spoken about the transfer and said that he actually talked about energy and the strong winning mentality that this man is bringing into the team. So I think he's right that Vidal is bringing in so much energy, so much passion to win, and so much experience.
And you need that leader in the dressing room, and Vidal comes with that. I think some of the things we forget is Pep Guardiola was the one who had the flair with Barcelona. Johan Cruyff is the one who had the total football and the flair with Barcelona. But other teams are usually physical. Look at the team of Ronaldinho, Luis Figo. Was not a flair team, it was a physical team. Yeah, you look at Valverde when he was at Atletico Bilbao. He was a physical coach, and he comes with that to Barcelona. And most of the players at Barcelona who are flair players now are leaving the team. Now he's coming in with his own style, with his own kind of players who can give him that winning team that he wants.
But also look at that midfield. Let's think about it. Rakitic, Vidal, Busquets.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people are not seeing how strong of a midfield that is.
Yeah.
You have Rakitic who will be creating the chances. You have Vidal who can create the chances and defend. And you have Busquets who's sitting just in front of the defenders. I'm telling you, Barcelona are changing a system
Yeah.
very quickly and people won't notice.
Yeah. And you need someone to protect Busquets now because he's getting to his twilight years, and Vidal is that man who can bring that transition.
Yes.
Of course, as we wind up, let's talk about the pre-season friendlies that have happened. Are they a determining factor to what we expect of a team that has performed exemplarily in pre-season?
Are you winning on penalties?
26 penalties.
Oh, sorry, Robert. Which team has impressed you during pre-season?
Arsenal has been serious on the pre-season tour. They've actually played very well, and I think today on the papers, I read the Standard today, and Nanko Khan was quoted saying that Arsenal needs a miracle to win. But you look at Unai
But
Emery.
contrary, Big
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
one of the top-profile English tacticians, said if Unai Emery, get his formation and tactics right, Arsenal are the champions.
You realize in the process, Arsenal has been the only team, and I think it's Emery working on his players to get his system right, because he's coming into a new club and you are getting into the English Premier League. So for Unai Emery, he has worked on his pre-season very well. For the other teams like Real Madrid, Manchester United, it is just the sponsors having fun with the tour. Nothing much.
Joe, pre-season determining factor to break through?
Two teams. The first team, don't laugh, Everton. What Everton did to that small team, they should not be playing any friendlies anymore. Yeah, you don't beat people more than 12 goals. Yeah. No. It's a friendly. Yeah. But that being said, for me, Arsenal, Manchester United, okay, be it that we beat
Manchester
Real Madrid.
United beat Real Madrid with their second B squad.
Again, it's friendlies. It's the same thing. Even Nyambura is looking at me right now because I'm going to go against Arsenal. Because yes, you've won Chelsea on penalties. But let's
PSG 6-1, 5-1.
5-1, 6-1. Fan. Okay, so let's give them that.
Yeah.
But for me, Arsenal, United have really impressed me this preseason. In terms of the Premier League, in terms of other leagues, PSG has been disappointing. I don't know if they are still having the withdrawal symptoms of Unai Emery leaving them. Real Madrid, again, it's a transition. AC Milan, I'm really hoping that they can use the money they have saved on not buying a striker to buy 2 defenders.
But they at least have Gonzalo Higuain.
Yeah.
Nyambu, your final submissions and expectations of Arsenal, your team ahead of English Premier League kickoff?
First of all, Joe, I'm not surprised you talking that about Arsenal. There's actually a friend of mine who told me you've already finished your goals in the pre-season. So coming to Premier League, I don't know what you're going to score anymore. But what I'll say, like honestly speaking, like the game Arsenal played against Chelsea, the last minute goal by Lacazette at the 82nd minute shows that yes, we can come up. And actually, okay, we didn't win that game on the normal time, but on penalties. So I'm just very positive about Unai and him playing Lacazette and Aubameyang in front. It's very, very good, and I'm very, very positive.
Until you get
Ronnie,
an injury.
using a few words, what do you make of the quality of European football overall heading into now the season, which will kick off in a week's time or so?
The Premier League, if you may say so, is going to be twice as competitive as it was last season. The race for the title is going to go down to the wire. It's going to be terrible. Arsenal are back into it. I think Unai Emery is a good coach.
Yes.
Aubameyang and Lacazette, the 2 names have been floated here. I expect at least 50 goals between the two strikers.
Yeah.
So for me, the race for the title is going to be quite stiff, and it will be unfair for us to go without mentioning Liverpool. Liverpool has done some proper business.
Yeah.
Yes.
And 1 man they signed, Shaqiri, has fitted into that team proper, and Liverpool is a team worth watching out for.
Yes.
Interesting conversation on quality show. It has been from 1 to 3 every Saturday. We're doing it here on the touchline on Y254. Myself alongside Robert Osoro, we're taking you through talking about what is happening locally and even on an international front. Always a pleasure doing this. Enjoy your Saturday. Have a fantastic one. But now, where are we heading to next, Osoro, Robert?
Yeah, we are heading to the Senior Athletics Championships happening in Asaba, Nigeria. Day 4 today, and we are having the women's 10,000 meters final coming up. So the don't forget that we also have the 1,500 meters men heat where Elijah Manangoi will be trying to reclaim his title. Can you do it in Asaba, Nigeria from 4:30? You are live on Channel 1.
Keep it sporty and thanks for tuning in. We're heading straight along Langada Road for Sundowner Sunset Date to enjoy nice music. Come along.